And tonight's special guest is Alex from YouTube, and his name is Venaloid on the channel, and he has some very interesting videos. And he made one recently, several weeks ago actually, talked about a video that's about a year old, got talked to about on the Young Turks and several other places, and about some lady who basically, she kind of did this like poetry rap type thing against gay people getting married, and it was just kind of really awful. What she did was really awful. The hate that was coming out of it. But what everybody was saying to basically shut her down, Alex did a really good job on it. Alex, tell us a little bit about yourself. Actually, I have a question before we get started. How did you come up with the name Venaloid?
That's a strange story. I made the YouTube account when I was 15, and what the hell do 15-year-olds know?
Right.
I wanted to be Technoid, which is my online name for everything, but that was already taken, and I didn't want to have a bunch of numbers in my name because that looked dumb. So
you mean you didn't want to be elitist?
And so I thought, hey, V is a cool letter, I'll put that in there somehow, and it just became Venaloid.
Oh.
And only later did I realize when I typed that into Google, it says, do you mean Vocaloid? It's like some band or something. I'm like, ah, crap.
Oh, well.
But it's here to stay.
Yeah, there you go. That's an interesting story, because I always like to get a background on how everybody gets their names, because sometimes that's the most interesting stories right there.
I'm sorry to disappoint.
No, it was actually quite interesting. I liked it. What besides the video becoming more popular and coming to the forefront on that one where the one you did was T for Terrible. What were your thoughts on this when you actually first watched that video? I mean, before you edited it up and everything, which you did a great job on. What were your first thoughts when you actually watched this thing, this woman spouting out all this hate?
Well, my first thought was that it would be very entertaining to comment on, and so I did. And I think something that did come to mind is that something that Hitch once said, which is Christianity nowadays comes to you in this warm, welcoming, we want to help you blanket, simply because it's had to give so much ground. It's no longer the state authority that can execute you if you don't abide by it. Now they have to come to you and say, oh, I'm trying to help you, I don't hate you, but I really think it's like, man. And so it really is just another case of Christianity having to sort of endear itself to the population, saying, I'm not being hateful, you're being hateful, I'm trying to help these people. It's like, okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah. You have a great point there, that a lot of those people out there, they're spewing hate, but I don't think they see it. I think they see it as they're trying to be good, but I think they're totally screwing it up.
Well, that's the thing, is if you believe that hell is a real place, then it is admirable to do everything you can to keep people from going there. Right. That's the best thing you could possibly do with your life. But I made a point to point out in my video that she only spent about 8 to 10 seconds talking about
she did.
hell, and the rest of it was about AIDS, which kind of, as I left off saying, shows how much she cares.
Right, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a great point there. Yeah, she said, you said about 8 seconds of talking about hell, and there was like 50 seconds of the whole video she was talking about AIDS and everything like that. It's like, really? So it's not about hell. It was never about saving anybody in that video. It was her icky factor about two guys having sex.
That's what it seemed to be, and which is why I kind of made a jest and called her a lesbian, because I'm sure she's not okay with that, even though she said nothing about it.
Right. Yeah, the thing is, with a lot of these people who have a problem with gay people are usually closeted homosexuals. In many cases, that they focus so much on it that they just like, I'm having these feelings, and I don't want anybody else to know I'm having these feelings, so I'm going to go, no more, nobody else have feelings like this, because then it'll validate my feelings.
Yeah, only Nixon can go to China is the phrase.
Right, exactly. Joe, did you have any questions for Venaloid?
Yeah, I watched the T for Terrible video as well. And I think it definitely, the fact that she only spent 8 seconds on hell but 24 on AIDS shows that she's not being very sincere in her efforts to help people save them from hell,
right,
or save them from the lake of fire. I think it's funny you pointed out that she can only rhyme the number 8. every rhyme was 8. It was like 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8. And she said right in there, like, I'm not here to hate, but clearly she is. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed a few other of your videos. There was one where you talked about the use of consonants in songs, and until I watched that video, I never realized how important it was to sing consonants at the end of every song lyric.
Well, I'm glad I ruined that for you.
But it's just something I never noticed before. Then you play that clip of the girls and they were singing and they kept dropping the T's off the end of the songs. And I was like, I started to like face rake as well. I'm like, oh man, what is this? Like, no, really, like, no.
Man,
But,
I'm like the guy who first pointed out that cigarettes are bad for you.
They are? Well, I better put this away now. Phew.
Oh crap.
Yeah, that was kind of a random off-topic video. I think one of the first comments was, well, we got some diversity in content here.
Yes.
But yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to check out some more of your videos.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, definitely give him a shout on there. Crystal, did you have any questions for Venaloid?
Well, I mean, actually, we were talking just a bit before the show, and Alex, I really have enjoyed your videos, and I was really impressed with your knowledge, especially with the medical genre and the AIDS thing, because she was so ill-informed in the information that she gave, and you were very accurate. I'm just curious, like, where do you pull your information from? You're a very intelligent man, obviously, but you had your facts like right on point. I'm just curious, like.
I will point out that it's very easy to seem an intellectual giant in comparison to some of the people I comment on.
Are you sure you don't want to go propagate that? Talk to me.
Yeah, usually this kind of stuff I do a quick Google search. Usually it is a small point like, gay men can't donate blood? Huh, let me Google that. And so, I found, oh, wait, hang on. That's true. Not because they have sex, but because they're gay and such and such. Let's see, what else? Lesbian? Oh, yeah, and I remember I did a research paper for, like, high school something years ago, and I remember part of it was that there were no AIDS transmissions cases between lesbians. I'm like, huh, that's interesting. I remember that, so I looked that up to verify it, and I put that in, which I think was kind of a good point, which is, okay, you can talk about AIDS, but that doesn't affect half the population, so good job.
It was an excellent point.
Yes, it was.
I was very impressed with that video. I did subscribe to your channel, by the way, and
oh, thanks.
Just a great job. I've just enjoyed it. I don't have any questions for you other than that. I was just really impressed with your facts on that one especially. Great job.
Thank you.
Yes, I was thinking. Remember there was you had some kind of a comment on one of your videos a while back. Dave, I think it was Dave Silverman. He went on some show and you're like commenting on what he said. I'm trying to remember what it was. It's
called David Silverman's Bad Tactics.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that was it. And he was, but I heard that on another podcast he actually explained why he did the big posters and everything like that. Did you get a chance? Did you ever have a chance to follow that through on that?
Which podcast was that?
That was another one. I was Cognitive Dissonance, actually. So.
No, I don't think I saw that. I have seen him try to explain why he does that, and if you've seen that, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's essentially saying that we need to reach out to the people who are Christians in name, but they're only going there, going to church for social pressures and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my comment in the video of mine, David Silverman's Bad Tactics, was there are better ways to reach out to these people. You don't have to piss off the 90% of true Christians while getting, the 10% of, not really Christians. Of course, it's his organization. He can do whatever he wants with it. But I don't think it's the best strategy if that is your goal.
Yeah. Well, I think that the way he had, I wish I could remember how he explained it, but he had, it sounded fairly decent the way he explained it out, but that was months ago, so I don't remember what it was exactly. But I remember the videos. So you have a good channel. You have a really good channel. I mean, your videos are very smart, and it's like I sit here and going, I'm taking down mental notes, going, oh yeah, okay, yeah. It's like, so I'm trying to bring this up for later. I'm just kind of curious. Now, when you do your shots, it looks like you're at college. Is this correct?
Yeah, I switch between college and home depending on what week it is.
Okay. Would you mind sharing us what you're going to college for?
Yeah, I'm going to college it's actually U of I in Illinois, of course,
not
Iowa or Idaho.
Okay.
And I'm going there for mechanical engineering, interestingly enough. Wouldn't really think that for my channel.
Oh, yeah. Well, hey, mechanical engineers, gotta work on logic.
Yeah, that's true. It was actually really funny. Last year, my secular student alliance at my school put on like a little interfaith debate on the problem of evil.
Mm-hmm.
And as everyone else is getting introduced, the three other guys are like, I'm a philosophy major, I'm a philosophy major, I'm a philosophy major. And I'm last. I'm like, I'm a freshman in mechanical engineering.
Everybody looked at you like, what is he doing here? Did he lose directions?
No, I didn't get any looks, at least from the other guys. They knew that we had met up beforehand.
Oh, that's good at least, yeah.
That was just amusing.
Yeah, no, I suppose so. There's like everybody's philosophy, mechanical,
Yeah.
Oh,
Probably going to do an honors program in philosophy, though. That would be nice.
oh yeah, that would be kind of cool.
At least you're studying something that's real.
Yes. Yeah, they can just talk about it. You actually get in there and do it.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey guys, cool
There's
idea.
a lot
Here's
you
my
could
tank.
throw in their faces. Don't worry about it.
At least it didn't say, hey, since you're a mechanical engineer, my printer's broken. Can you fix that?
No, there's a great picture. It was two pictures with two different captions. The first one is what's his face from The Matrix sitting in front of all the computers with the green numbers flowing down them.
Mm-hmm.
Caption is how I am with my computer.
Mm-hmm.
Next one is a woman going, how I am with other people's computers.
I help people with their computers a lot, and I know exactly what you're talking about because I'm sitting there. Why do you have it like this? This is so fucking convoluted. Why do this doesn't even make sense?
Your system tray. What's a system tray?
Y'all quit talking about me.
No, stop talking about you. Not you specifically, Crystal. I've talked to people with their computers for years, and it's just they're like individual people almost. Every one of them is just a little different enough to be almost independent from each other, just a little bit to a point. What do you plan on doing once you get out of college?
Well, probably like all graduates, I'm going to look for an entry-level engineering position.
There you go.
And well, since I don't really I'm not married at this point, so I could pretty much go wherever I feel like in the country.
Oh, that's cool.
Should be neat. I could go to California. That'd be interesting. I don't know. Any sort of entry-level engineering job, honestly, that pays the rent would be nice coming out of college.
You should build underwater robots.
There you go.
The world needs more of them. You can pioneer the field.
They have those. They've discovered that they've explored the Titanic,
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. How long before you graduate anyway?
Well, I'm a sophomore at this point, so 2 more years.
Yeah, there you go. Is this a 4-year, 6-year degree?
Yeah, 4-year Bachelor of Science.
Oh, cool.
And I figure if I want to do a master's or an MBA or something, I'll go back once I can afford it. It's like whenever I'm filling out an official form, it says occupation and I put student. The thought jumps to my mind. Yeah, I'm a student is an occupation in the same way that staying in a hotel you can't afford is an occupation.
Boy, I know.
So yeah,
MySpace.
pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and I've got to build an Iron Man suit at some point. My girlfriend still bugs me about that. I promised her I'll get around to it.
What do you mean? This isn't the strangest thing you've ever seen me do. That's from the Iron Man 1 movie. But yeah, no, that'd be if you're gonna build an Iron Man suit. I'd like one too. I'll never be able to afford it, but
if I give one to you, I'm gonna have to give one to everyone.
Shoot,
I didn't bring enough for the entire class.
Oh, that's great. Well, if you do, I'll tell you what. You don't have to build me the whole suit. Just bring me the glove, and then
The glove?
Just bring me a glove. Of course,
Will you be responsible?
I will be very responsible.
Will you not shoot yourself in the groin?
Because you're going to rip your dick off with that thing.
I'd probably be looking at it. What does this button do? Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah, that puts a part down the middle of my head. What the hell?
You're going to forget you're wearing it and go to itch your nose. Be like, oh, my nose. Blood everywhere.
Dawkins Dog in the chat room said, until you build the Iron Man suit, you'll be effectively stark naked. Ah! we have a wonderful group of chatters in the chat room there. All right. Does anybody else have any more questions for Alex?
Best of luck to you, Alex, in school.
Oh, thank
good
you.
luck in school, man.
Yes, definitely.
More of your videos.
Yes, and if you get a really good job, be sure to donate to the show. Just
If
kidding.
you become the next Steve Jobs, hire all of us.
Yes, hire all of us. I'll be your personal whatever the hell is that I'm doing here.
I've always wanted a random assistant.
There you go.
He'll be your robot glove tester.
Pretty much. Like, it would be very fun just to have a random assistant and ask them to do things that they don't know what they're for, and I'll explain it later. That would just be hilarious. Like, just stand here and hold this thing.
How long do you need to hold this for? I don't know. I'll tell you when I get
Until
done.
further notice.
Until you feel your stomach acid boiling. No, trust me, it's fine.
All right. Well, all right. Alex, yes. Good luck to you in college. I do hope you finish your course, and I look forward. Do you have any new videos that are coming that you're planning on putting out anytime soon?
Yeah, there's one that was going to get made over this week, this spring break of mine, but so far hasn't. It's on the topic of, I'm sure you may have heard this, where a fundy apologist will say, atheists know that God exists.
Oh, I've heard that one.
Yeah, and basically my point is going to be, okay, in what sense do I know that? If I know it consciously, then you're basically saying, oh, I'm so stupid that I think I can ignore the fact that hell exists. Like, oh, no, sorry, it doesn't exist. I'm free.
Yeah, it's like that's for them. I guess it's like saying, "Oh, you're just ignoring your hand."
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the other way they could say it is, oh, well, you know it subconsciously. You just don't recognize that you know it. And of course, I'm planning to point out, not recognizing that you know something is the same as not knowing it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Subconsciously. If I don't know it, how can I know that I don't know that I know that I don't know it?
Yeah. And so it's an example of the no true Scotsman fallacy, where you can disbelieve it but not truly disbelieve it at the same time. What the hell does that mean?
Exactly. How do I know what I don't know? You know?
Nope.
Exactly. I wouldn't know anymore. So anyway, all right. Well, thank you, Alex, for coming. Please, if you get a chance to come back again to the show, and maybe even come to the show next week. At least come to the chat room anyway.
That would be fun.
Yeah.